AI video avatars are the latest trend. Cool, scary, and kind of confusing. Most creators don't actually understand what kind of AI avatar they're really using. In this video, I'll show you exactly what Descript's AI avatars can and cannot do so you know exactly who they are for. If you'd like to follow along step by step to learn how you can use Descript to create your avatar, open your Descript either on your desktop or open on the web, whichever interface that you prefer. I definitely prefer desktop, but it doesn't matter which you choose because you can generate AI avatars either way. So I've already opened a new project to save us some time. And what you can see here, this is the standard interface when you start a new project inside Descript. And then you're going to click on Create with AI Speaker. And this is where you can choose the AI voice and you can choose the AI avatar for your project. And so let's click on Create with AI Speaker. Let's just say I'm doing an online course and I want someone who is like serious but not too serious, and I'll just choose between a lot of different voices and go with Louisa, who is a corporate adult feminine. Let's take a look.
Life is like a camera.
So it sounds okay. It's not exactly my voice, but if I'm not ready to speak into a microphone yet, then I'm going to go ahead and click on Louisa and choose her as my speaker for my project. And then this is where you can choose from avatars. They have so many choices. And remember, the goal of this is that it makes it easier so that if you're not ready to be on camera, you can choose someone that looks like you and create voiceover slides. You can create a picture of you using an existing image. And so I'll show you what I did with an existing image of mine. I took an image that was taken at a conference seminar, and then I removed the background, and then using Descript create a custom avatar, what I can do is choose from all these different models. And remember that all these different models use different numbers of credit. I can go through all the different models that are inside Descript for image generation, but you choose a model based on what is most accurate to what you're trying to do. And then just say add an office background image to my picture, and then you click on create, and then I'll show you what I did already with my picture. And let's just say you're not sure what you're going with, you can say inspire me, and they can give you some ideas like, oh, maybe you want a picture with an older man wearing a scarf in a concrete hallway, etc. If the results from this model aren't accurate, you may want to try GPT image 1. GPT models tends to be a little bit more precise. I've used Nano Banana, which is the model that Gemini uses, and it has some decent results. And remember that AI is not going to be perfect. And then we can take a look at an existing project where I already use the AI avatar. And we'll go into my recent projects. You'll see then how it looks and the power of AI to save you time and to help you get started quicker. What I've done is scripted out 2 scenes. Each scene represents a lesson in my online course, and we can preview and see how it looks. Let's look at the first one. Now you'll see with this 5-second clip that they will generate the avatar, and now we can take a look at how it looks. So we'll generate it, and it does take a little time depending on your computer and your processing speed. The MacBook Pro still is decent on Intel chip, but I would say that as I do more AI, I'm going to have to upgrade to the Apple chips because they are much faster at processing and the speed at which they can generate AI avatars or AI voice. As you can see, it's only at 0%. Let's look at the first 2 scenes of using my AI avatar in Descript. So I'm gonna play this.
Welcome to Lesson 1 of our online course. Welcome to Lesson 2 of our online course.
As you can see, it's a AI avatar, so that doesn't look like me. And the AI voice is just the AI voice, but that's just to show you how easy it is to create the AI avatar. A couple of limitations is that it does sync to your voice. It's not the best in my opinion, but if you're just trying to start something instead of wasting time trying to get the perfect voice or the perfect video, this is doable. Now, if you don't like it, we can always choose from a different avatar. If you look at me and then you look at this image on screen that was manipulated with AI, it doesn't really look like me. It makes me look a little like distorted in my opinion, but that is AI. It's not going to be perfect. It's working with the models that are current to now. It would look different using different models. In the spirit of being discerning about the number of AI credits that it will use to generate each voiceover and the avatar, I just chose the Flux model. But you can play with other options inside Descript. Now let's just say you don't like this and you're like, I'm going to choose a different avatar. We can then start with a new scene and then change the avatar. Let's choose a different avatar. So we'll go into AI speech and start writing welcome to lesson 3. And then now we want to choose the avatar. And we're going to be done writing and generating the text to speech. And so as the voiceover is generating, we'll just pause and then select the AI avatar that we want to use. This course is going to be using different instructors. So I will teach maybe the first module and maybe another person will teach the second module. So let's just say lesson 3, I'm going to use a male co-instructor and I've assigned the AI voice of Cedric. Now, the question is, I definitely don't want to use my avatar for Cedric because that doesn't match the male voice, and that's really important. And so now I can, after I've assigned Cedric, I can click on this and assign a male avatar to him. So now, as you can see in this project, it's Cedric AI. Now I can assign an avatar to Cedric, and this is where I can continue again with uploading an image, creating a custom avatar. I can also choose from any of the avatars here and then play with it and say, well, this seems more like a Cedric avatar, the instructor. And now that you've seen how Descript's AI avatars work and what they can do and how you can upload your own image and experiment with the different models, I'm going to talk about what Descript cannot do. This will help you decide whether you use Descript or not for any AI avatar video. The first point to know is that Descript's AI avatars are very static. As you can see, my video that I showed you earlier, it's really much like a talking head video. There's not a lot of movement. Sometimes I make some funny gestures. I try to move a lot. I want to show that I am human and I am not a robot. Descript's AI avatars are very static. There's not a lot of movement. They're really designed for a talking head. So you cannot wave, you cannot point, you cannot make an avatar, you cannot make your avatar or digital clone do some kind of expression that it naturally doesn't know how to do because the machine doesn't know how to program that in the generative video. The avatar cannot change the posture, cannot move. As I said, the main thing to know is that the avatar does not have any motion or 3D elements to it. There is also a technical and time limitation. There's also a technical time limit to these videos. So you can generate up to 12 minutes for each video. Now that may or may not work depending on your project, but if you are recording lessons for an online course, I also recommend no longer than 5 to 7 minutes because that is the industry standard and guideline of how much information that our brains can process at a time. If you are going to be recording a long video lesson with your avatar, I suggest that you break them up into smaller bite-sized chunks so that your computer, depending on how fast is it, doesn't spend all day rendering these videos. The other challenge with the AI avatars inside Descript is that there is no real-time editing. With the video that I generated for an online course lesson demo, if I wanted to go back and change it again, I can, but then it has to re-render all over again, which for some people that can be really painful because you have to wait and Your computer may not be able to go as fast as you would like. The other challenge is with exporting and making additional edits to your video file. Descript does allow you to export to Adobe Premiere, but if you wanted to use Final Cut, then you'd have to export it as an MP4 and then continue to manipulate it inside another video editor. So it really depends on the level of customization and edits that you want to make to your video avatar project. The other good thing to note about what Descript cannot do is that there are some safety mechanisms and protections in place. As we know with this AI landscape, it is easy to clone and create deep fakes. One thing that Descript is very intentional about is that you cannot copy, clone, or upload a photo of a celebrity or public figure. This is for everyone's protection so that you do not create deep fake videos that are misleading and uses other person's likeness and image without their consent. Another important distinction about the safety and protection that Descript has in place is of minors and children. It's really important that Descript does not allow the photos of children and minors to be uploaded for the safety of the children and the parent as well. Then this is also really important in terms of protection and safety, is any explicit or pornographic content is not allowed inside Descript. If you try to prompt the AI to create any kind of images with nudity or something that is not family friendly, if you attempt to prompt the AI for an image that is not friendly, then they will not allow you to do it because those are safety mechanisms and protections that are also in place. If you upload a picture that has a very noisy background, and you'll see that when you upload a photo inside Descript, they will give you general guidelines about what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. Because if your background is really noisy, it can really mess up how AI interprets the photo rather than just your face. They can misinterpret the background as part of the prompting. So they always recommend to keep your backgrounds clean and simple and minimalist so that it doesn't have the noise of any busy and or distracting background. Also, this is really important, is hand gestures. Maybe you like to give a thumbs up, or you like to make heart emojis or heart gestures with their hands and fingers. And if you do that in a photo, that can really mess up the AI. If you upload a photo with like you making like a heart emoji, that can really mess up the AI. And so they don't recommend any kind of hand gestures they don't recommend you upload photos with hand gestures. There's also some issues with language translation in your avatar. Let's just say I plan to duplicate the video avatar lessons, not just in English, but also in Spanish. There is going to be some issues taking an original project in English and then asking the avatar to record those lessons in Spanish. It's not going to sync up quite accurately. And that's something to note if you want to record your lessons and videos in different languages from the original. Those are the limitations inside Descript's AI avatars. If this is helpful, feel free to support my channel with the affiliate link. That is an overview of how you can use AI avatars inside Descript. If this is helpful, leave me a comment below and let me know what questions you have. I'll come back next week as I will continue to explore AI video avatars. I'm going to continue talking about AI avatars for video and what the challenges and nuances and reviews of other tools. You can also reach out to me and I'm happy to answer any questions or leave a comment in this video. Thanks for watching and I will talk to you soon.